Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Jianum, Pakhairagale, Ni Hao, Chunashume, Washmale, Oha Gonzalez, Guten Morgan, Ola, Bonjour, previous, and a very amazing Khusha Madid. You are tuned into PT1 and watching well this morning alongside the very amazing Maha Makhdoom and Shazad Khan. Hello, Maha. How are you today?
Assalamu alaikum, Shazad. Hello, everyone. I'm good today, and I'm excited about our show because, whenever we get youth achieving something, it makes me really happy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, today we've got an amazing lineup of some amazing martial artists over here within the studios who've actually achieved and made Pakistan proud beyond borders as well. But before that, I think we need to move on towards a public service message. So let's move on to our public service message. Let's see what do we have in the box.
Yep. So in line with our show, as we've always discussed that, Pakistan has produced some amazing athletes and sportsmen and sportswomen. And, in the past, we used to encourage it, we used to invest in it. Parents used to be aware of the, importance of having balance between work and life activity and, taking care of your health as well. Schools have stopped doing these kind of activities too. So what our public service message is that go out there, get involved in some form of sporting club or activity like football, cricket, hockey, squash, any martial arts, mixed martial arts, kickboxing, taekwondo, judo. Get involved because it is really good to groom your own personality. It helps build your character. It helps put in discipline. And it is something that will help you as well later on in life, because when you have that balance from work and then exercise, then you feel good.
Because you're on a timetable then, and then your life is pretty much scheduled as well, and then you are disciplined. I think this is why we play sports as well, and other than that, you stay fit too, ladies and gentlemen. But just sporting is a very different thing. Sporting and then making your own name and making your country proud within that particular sport is something which we are going to do today, and we're going to share these talented, young, amazing people who are in the studios with us, who's actually got quite a lot of Guinness World Records and some other records under their hats.
Okay, so this first guest of ours, he is the first Pakistani to be inducted in the US Hall of Fame. He is a 9-time Guinness World Record holder in martial arts. One of the records that he holds, the most kicks in 1 minute, he did 355.
Wow.
In 1 hour, he did 7,000 kicks. And then you have 7 more records, which we'll ask him ourselves during conversation. So Shazad, who do we have?
So we have with us Ahmed Amin Bodla. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm quite fine.
Thank you so much for being here today.
And alongside
Congratulations.
Ahmed, it's not just, sports is not just for men. So women even step up in it. We have different celebrities as well. For example, Maria Sharapova and whatnot. We have these bigger
Serena
names.
Williams, who's
Serena
the
Williams.
ultimate champion.
We've got Serena Williams too as well. But over here in Pakistan, we have women like Gulaf Shatare, who are going out there, who are cycling and riding and whatnot. But we do have
Nazi,
women.
I think, as well, who did all the rock climbing.
Yeah, exactly. Samia Beg.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
Samina Beg. So we have these type of women as well. But then we have ladies who are actually making records in self-defense and martial arts.
Exactly.
As well.
So this lady is a female martial arts player holding the first world record for most punches in 1 hour. Sorry, the world record, not the first one. And she's also a metaphysician and a tarot card reader. And she did 16,002 punches in 1 hour. So, hello, assalamu alaikum, and congratulations.
Walaikum salam, and thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. And besides Salafe Nakvi, we've been joined by...
Yeah, we have been joined by somebody who's 12 years old, martial arts player, handling 2 world records.
Okay, so the most kicks in 1 hour, he did 5,620. And then the most kicks in 1 hour with an ankle weight of 1 kg, he did 4,277.
And the only reason that he didn't land into the Guinness World Record is because of the fact that he's just 12 years old. So we have to notice that. And the records were actually being recognized by an organization in UK and across the border.
Exactly.
And he's none other than Ahmed Musa. Hello Musa, assalamu alaikum, kaise ho?
Walaikum assalam, main theek hu.
Thank you very much for coming over.
Okay, so let's get the conversation started with Ahmed. Congratulations, first of all. You were here in 2015 as well.
Yes.
Did the show for us then. So since then, you've accumulated more records?
Yes, since then I have not only broken other world records, but my focus has shifted, like from world records to now grooming young talent.
Okay, so before we get to that point, first, for all our viewers who haven't seen you in the last 2 years, tell us, how did you get into this and why did you pick doing martial arts for breaking world records?
Well, basically one day I was sitting at the age of 18, I was sitting on computer and just surfing the net, and I came across a video of a Spanish master breaking a world record for most kicks in 1 minute.
Okay.
And I just thought that I think I can do this. I just came downstairs thinking that I can do it, and I saw a mattress and I just put it across the wall and started practicing on it. And I remember I broke that world record. At that time it was 128 kicks in 1 minute, and I was able to break it in just 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And then when I told people that I'm going to break a world record, nobody would believe me.
Okay.
They would say that he's just being, imaginative, and then the reality is a bit different. But then I became more focused, and I felt within myself that I've got the potential, and inshallah if I train hard I can break world records. And then when I broke the first world record, I did almost 100 kicks more than the current world record at that time. And
Okay. But the thing is, I just want to point out that these are not power kicks or anything like that. These are technical strikes, and it's for endurance and stamina as well. So that's really impressive.
But I also wanted to know about the rest of the 8 world records which you made,
Yes.
and how did you find about them?
yes, well, when I broke the first world record, you start to become more experienced and you become more versatile. And then I also tried to break world record for most punches, which is now being sent to Guinness World Records for approval, which is my 10th world record. That was 20,000 punches in 1 hour, holding 1 kg weight in each hand.
Whoa.
So that is which I recently made. And then I also attempted world records in push-ups. I'm also one of the top athletes in push-ups in the world as of now. I
How
can
many push-ups did you do in 1 minute?
well, I can in 1 minute mostly I attempt world records with weight on back. Currently I'm attempting those world records in the club, and I can also perform push-ups with 100 pounds weight on my back. And the
Okay.
current world record is 40, and in training I've got 42.
Okay, excellent, fantastic. And actually, we have a video now to share. So let's go take a look at Emma's video breaking record.
Seven, six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
So these were quite a lot of kicks, ladies and gentlemen. We weren't able to count because these were very fast as well. So we are going to ask Emma. So how many kicks were these?
This attempt took place in 2013, and there were 783 strikes, and currently I hold it with 801 strikes in 3 minutes.
Wow.
Okay,
And
so-
then what happened to your leg because you had to train so much?
I've trained very hard for 3 years, especially for these world records, and as a result of that, I have a slight loss of cartilage in my left knee.
Loss of cartilage. I thought you said you had excess cartilage. Sorry, okay. No, that's not good. Okay. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about all the training that goes involved in being able to break a record. But now let's move on to Salafi Naqvi. Congratulations. Amazing. 16,002 punches in 1 hour.
Thank you so much.
Why did you do this?
First of all, I had no idea
Yeah.
because I'm a metaphysician.
Yes.
As you may know about my profile. So I'm a metaphysician and tarot card reader, therapist and a healer.
Okay.
So it's a different field. Martial arts is a different field, and being an athlete, that is also a different field. So when I came at Mashfit, I was there just for the self-defense. I met him, and he said, I assure you that after a month you'll be more confident. I was like, oh, how can you say that? After that, after 2 weeks, he proves his voice, seriously. And then one day, about the record, I'm going to talk about that. One day, he texted me and said, I got an idea for you.
Okay.
I said, what? And he's very unpredictable. And seriously, he's such a guru. So he's very unpredictable. He said, I got an idea for you. I said, what? He said, you're going to set a world record.
Excellent.
I said, world record for what? He said, punches. Now, how can I do it? I know you can do it because you are my student. And I can see that potential in yourself. And you will do it. I believe in yourself.
Okay.
So I did it.
Okay, excellent.
But how much training is required
Yeah.
to do that? Because it's 1 hour and you just have to punch. You just cannot keep your
3
hand up.
months. It took 3 months.
Okay, and how much did you use to, sorry, how much did you use to train? How many hours a day or times a week? How did it work? Because you do so many other things. How did you put it into
It was,
your
I guess,
schedule?
Ramadan, sir.
Yes.
Yes, it was Ramadan, and I trained with battle rope, kettlebells, and for hours. I don't remember seriously the specific, training session, the timing. I didn't, tell you the exactly duration, but I did it for hours.
Okay.
When I was at club, and I was doing my job also
Yeah.
there.
Okay, excellent. So now we also have a Salafe's video, so let's have a look.
3, 2, 1, start!
All right, ladies and
Amazing.
gentlemen, these
The
were
lactic acid that must have built up in the arms.
and these were 16,002 punches in 1 hour. That's quite a lot. You've
That's
done a great
amazing.
job
Thank
as
you
well.
so much.
But what we're going to do is we're going to put you to a little test over
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
But we will.
Yeah, right now. Let's do it right now. before
Because
we
I would
move
like
on.
to really know, I really like to talk to Musa first.
Okay, so
talk to
let's
Musa.
talk to Musa first
Okay,
and then we'll do
so
that.
congratulations on your in your records. It's excellent what you've done. But because of your age, there was some technical stuff. Why did you decide that you wanted to do the record holding?
क्यों आपने किया ये record जो?
First of all, I was participating in national competition. I did these kicks in 1 minute, and I got gold in it. Then Sir Ahmed gave me the idea that you can also try to bring it to a world record. So you should try it. You should try it. Then I started in training, and in a month, I decided to that I will make a world record and of 1 hour. It was not expected, but and in 2 months my training completed, and the other day I started to make world record, and I just make it. My sir worked a lot with me and tried to.
Excellent. No, you're doing really great. So now, but why did you decide that you wanted to go into martial arts?
आप कराटे क्यों करना चाहते थे?
I decided to go to do martial arts because it was from my childhood. I loved martial arts. Till now I love martial arts, and now it is my passion.
Okay.
The-
And
I
which kind
believe-
of? Oh, sorry.
I believe in what that if anything you do, you should make it a passion. Then you can do it possible. Everything, I don't think that anything is impossible. I always try to think that everything is possible.
Amazing.
And then I try to do it.
That is good,
Excellent.
and positive thinking
Great.
is what keeps you going as well. But other than that, what about your parents? Because obviously, to set a world record,
A lot of
you have to
hours.
dedicate quite a lot of time towards your passion. But then parents do complain that you're not studying, why are you doing this and whatnot.
My parents support me a lot in this. First of all, when I joined martial arts, my father supported. Then when my parents saw me that he's hardworking and he can learn, he started learning things. Then they all started supporting me. After my world record, my whole family and all my cousins, relatives, they all started supporting me, and now everyone
Very
in the
nice.
society and
So
whoever
you-
knows me, they
Yeah.
support me in martial arts.
Very
Wonderful,
nice. So
good.
you've got 2 world records.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell
I
us
got two.
about both of them.
The first one was that I kicked constantly 1 hour, and the number of kicks were 5,620. And
Wow.
the other world record was that I was kicking constantly 1 hour and 1 kg ankle weight on both legs. I put.
Okay. And also, yeah, just to clarify, Musa was doing alternate kicking. So this is, when I've done my little bit of training, which I need to commit to, it's really difficult to kick and to get the technique and everything right and to keep your balance, which we saw Ahmed doing in his video, which is, it's mind-boggling. So let's go take a look at Musa's video, and when you come back, we're going to get Shahzad's request to have a demonstration. Stay tuned.
Let's do it.
Okay, Ji, we are set. 7, 2, 1, start.
right, ladies and gentlemen, so this was Musa kicking, and it was alternate kicking as well. And then there's this one other record which he did, and that was about.
It was 1 hour, but it was without the ankle weights as well. So, and he did 5,620.
So Musa, how was your experience? Was it very difficult to do it? Or were you tired when you got done with it? Because it's like 1 hour and you're alternately kicking, you're not on both legs. So it gets difficult.
It was very easy. I made
Yeah,
the
it's fine.
record by my at the base of my experience.
All right, that's just cool. So I think it's about time that, we move on towards our demonstration.
Absolutely.
So how many punches can you do in 2 minutes?
What are you going to do right now? You tell
Like
us.
Guru can tell it.
I think he can do more than 700, I believe.
700?
Yes.
So how are we going to count them?
Yeah, I'm just going to count them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to really count in real time. But,
Yeah, because it's
really
it's kind of fast. But
Yeah, that's what
Well,
I want to
let's
see, whether it's faster than me counting.
Okay. Okay, let's do this.
All right?
Sorry?
So one punch is one hand, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Not this. Okay, so let's do it. So ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 minutes. Can we put some very thrilling kind of music on in the
And-
background as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So are you going to stand up for this?
Yes.
Okay, so then just be
But
careful.
where have to punch?
What is she going to punch? A
No,
pillow?
no, just punch the
Pillar.
air. Just
Cushion.
punch
You
the
can
air.
hold it.
Okay, yeah, you can
I'll
hold
punch
it.
it.
Pillow. It's not going to hurt the pillow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So we'll
Yeah, I can do
okay,
it because
Who's going to hold it then?
Ahmed is going to do it. He's
Okay, sure,
her,
sure.
her teacher. So
Yeah?
So I have to get my.
No, no,
yeah,
just
stand up. I
stand.
think you can stand. It's
That's
fine.
perfectly
You're
all right.
fine.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do it.
this is what we do at the club.
So your time starts.
Okay, we need to wait. First, let's zoom into the where the punches are going to be.
Yeah.
From this angle, it has to be from this angle.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they've sorted the frame
I
over
guess
here
so.
on
You
camera
have to be
3.
here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, all right, let's
Is
do
it
it.
Okay,
okay?
let's just start ours.
When I say go, okay? 1, 2, 3, go.
Fast. Relax. Relax. Go fast. Come on, fast,
I
fast,
don't
fast.
think so.
You need to. Okay. Rhythm को pick करो. शाबाश. Rhythm को pick करो. Shoulder relax रखो. और
200.
Come on. और तेज. Come on. Just relax. Just relax. Relax. Shoulder relax. Wait.
It's not even a minute now.
Come on. Speed.
If you go faster, go faster, go faster.
We can do this.
Come on.
That's just great.
And this consistency is the same.
Relax. Come on. Relax. Just relax. Okay. Shoulder relax and focus on the
Lactic
rhythm.
acid
Shabash.
build up.
Come on.
So 1 minute's over.
Wow.
Come on. Speed.
Are you counting,
Speed.
Shazad?
Speed.
Yeah,
Speed.
yeah, I'm
Speed.
counting.
Speed. 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 Come on.
We don't need to.
Need to. Come on. Go fast. Shabash. Speed. Yes. All right. Focus on reflection. Shabash.
I haven't seen such an amazing video.
Come on. Fast.
It's so encouraging. It's very
Fast,
really good.
Yeah. Good. Relax. You're losing out of breath. Come on.
It happens.
Come on. Fast.
I think you talk doing this. I would be like on my
Go on.
gasping for air right now.
Last 25 seconds.
Come on. Speed. Full. Go.
You can do this, man.
Last 20.
Come on.
That's a lot of punches.
Last 15. Ten, 9, 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
And do you want to know how many punches you
Yeah, I really want
Roughly.
to.
Yeah, roughly,
Approximate guesstimation.
These were almost somewhere around 806 punches.
Yeah, I told you.
And that's just cool. That's just cool.
Thank
And
you so much.
I'm sorry that I wasn't able to count because the punches were very fast, but I think
There's
it
a lot. There was
somewhere-
definitely
yeah.
multiple hundreds there. And no, that's wonderful. So now let's bring it back to the conversation because Salafe mentioned that she got involved for self-defense and it was about building confidence. How and even when Musa came to you, he was, throwing tantrums. He wasn't happy with it. And he was quite angry. But
Yes.
that helped him channel and find a passion, which helped make him a very refined young gentleman. So as a teacher, as a coach, how do you give them encouragement? How do you find out the people that have potential to break these records?
Well,
And why do
actually,
you think it's important to get them to do these kind of activities?
actually the thing is, if you talk about teenagers, kids of Musa's age, there are a lot of distractions, especially technology, the gadgets, iPads, iPhones, laptops, a lot of such things, games. But those are not productive activities. And if at this stage you become more focused towards physical activities,
Yeah.
you know, it also, you know, you become a better student in the school. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Because when you are in physical sports, it develops your mental endurance, which gives you it develops your physical endurance, which gives you mental endurance as well. So you become a better student as well, and also your life is more focused. Now you are talking sense. At the age of 12, you don't expect from a kid to you know, come up and say that, okay, what is going to be my next world record? How I have to train for this world record? And he is much more mature. Alhamdulillah, I've seen him in the last 3 years. He's very mature, much more mature than his age fellows, and he's much more physically fit than all of them.
Okay.
That's why we
So
have
now-
a metaphysician sitting
Exactly.
over here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about how you train them. So with Salafi, she can't remember because, you know, it was so intense, and with working it gets blurred. But how much kind of time does one need to invest in training?
Actually, even if you train for 1 hour a day in the beginning, it's good enough. But it has to be productive, and then that training has to be backed by, you know, sports science. It has to be very according to the, you know, international standards, according to the modern research. Then you can produce better results.
Okay,
Your
excellent.
training methods have to be modern.
So,
Okay.
so this is what I wanted to ask, that when you train them, since you're their guru as well, so how do you train your own self on training them too as well? Because, you know, these world records are being attempted for the very first time. You haven't done it, so you watch a lot of videos. Where did you get the equipment to train them too as well? How do you do it?
Actually, we have a club, you know, in Barrier Town, Lahore, and we have a facility. We have, alhamdulillah, we've got all the equipment. A lot of students train there, and they also train there with me. And whatever their target is, depending on their target, depending on their, you know, next target or next objective, we develop a plan. Okay, that this you have to devote like 7 hours a week or maybe 10 hours a week, and then you have to divide it according to the basics of sports science, that this is how much cardio you need, this is how much core conditioning you need, this is how much flexibility you have to work on. So these kind of things, depending on what the target is.
And then do you even tell them that this is the diet you need to follow?
Yes, they have to be careful with the diet, because consuming junk food is not going to help you when you have to go for 1 hour. You have to take proper healthy diet.
So that might be very difficult for Musa, because kids will love quite a lot of
Yes.
junk food too as
Yes.
well. So there was no eating burgers, there was no eating French fries. What did you eat then?
I kept my diet balance every time.
Okay.
I also eat junk and
So you keep a balance
He's very
between the health.
honest. Oh, your
I
grill's
like
sitting
it.
over here,
You
don't
know,
say
but
it on
I
the
like
mic.
dishonesty. You know, it's better
Yeah.
to be honest than lie. So tell us, what kind of meals, like what kind of food were you eating? What did you eat a lot of during your training?
during my training, I both
Chicken, carbs, all these things.
chicken, meat, like these things.
All right. How about you, Salafi? What kind of diet did you have to take for these 3 months of training?
Okay, being a girl, I'm very seriously self-conscious and diet-conscious.
Oh, okay, you are okay.
So it was a benefit for me.
Okay.
So advantage. So being a girl. So what I did, juices, steamed chicken, grilled chicken, and sometimes barbecue.
Okay.
That's it. You know, plenty of water. That is important.
I think
Okay.
to me, steamed chicken and grilled chicken is barbecue too. Yeah,
So
because
this
it's
is-
dry, there's no curry in it. But as a matter of fact, you know, when I was in the gym and I was hitting weights as well, and I wanted lean muscle, this is what I did.
Yep.
Because I avoided curry,
You know,
I avoided
I'm sorry, I
chapati,
keep thinking.
I avoided bread, rice, and whatnot. So it was only chicken, wholesome
Yeah, you
chicken,
have
and some
to.
salads.
Oh, see, this is I think
And
where I'm
then-
going wrong. I don't
and then
fix
you
my
see
diet.
that, you know, the life's just getting boring, and then you come back to a point where you just by mistake taste something very tasty, and then, you know, your taste buds come alive, and then you just keep on eating and you keep
Yeah,
on
that
eating.
happens absolutely.
No, but
Okay.
I have a question for Bodla Sahib over here. So since you're in the academy, there are other students as well, you know, hundreds of them. Why did you choose two of your students?
Or do you
Why not-
encourage the rest as well?
Why not the
No,
other ones as well?
other students presently we're also participating in national taekwondo championships, and tomorrow Musa is also fighting in under 14 category.
Good
And
luck.
so we have students who are competing at national level, and one of them is 8 years old. So when somebody comes to me, when I train them the basics after 2 or 3 months, I understand that what their major has to be, I mean, what their specialty has to be. And then, for example, Musa was good in endurance. I told him to go for world records. But then we have people who are good fighters. We tell them to go for fighting. Then we have somebody who's good in demonstration. You give them that path, that now you have to go in martial arts demonstration, and then they train that kind of thing. So it's about identifying the talent in the person.
So it's like a proper career counseling as well.
No,
that,
that's
this is
wonderful.
what you have to choose. This is what you have to choose,
Okay.
depending on the talent you have. But right now, I think, Ma, what we need to do is we need to go for a short
Absolutely.
break, because I've been punching quite a lot. I've been counting quite a lot. I think I'm a bit
He needs some
tired,
water,
so I
so-
need a water. Let's go for a break.
Welcome back, everyone. And Shazad is like going into his hyper mood now, hyperactive mood. But we're going to wake him up with the next question, because we are running short of time, and we really want to find out what our youth of Pakistan have got for the future, because they are the present, they are not the future. We have to give them the opportunities and the support now. So I want to start first. Before we do that, I want to highlight Ahmed. We mentioned in your introduction, you're the first Pakistani ever to be inducted into the USA Hall of Fame. Tell us,
Why?
how did that come about? And it's to do with the
Why
records,
you?
right?
Well, I was inducted in the USA Hall of Fame in 2015 as an outstanding martial artist.
Okay.
And I think I'm also the youngest person in the world to get that award. That was a result of the world records I set in 2014.
Okay.
In 2014, I became the top guy in martial art kicks in
Okay.
Guinness World Records. And then I was given coverage by international martial art magazines. And then the Hall of Fame, their team found about me, and they contacted me. And they sent me a nomination form that whether I was ready to accept that award or not. And I accepted it. And
Of course, wonderful, and congratulations. I just wanted to ask you, sorry, one last thing before we ask the final questions, is that you said Musa's taking part in the under 14 Taekwondo championships. What kind of support and promotion do these fields or these events get? Do you think it's good?
no, it's not good actually. They don't get enough coverage from the media or from the society. And on these kind of events, you only find sportsmen and people who understand the game. And then, when kids are fighting, I think they do need some sort of support. They do need crowds who should back them up.
Absolutely.
So obviously there is no support.
Okay.
All right,
that's
but
fine.
there's
Yeah.
one more thing, for we move on. Sorry for that, Ma, because you had a schedule that you'll move on to Salafi and then Musa. So being such an amazing martial artist at such a good age, how do you feel while you're walking on the streets? Have you ever encountered a problem while walking on the street and then you've actually beat the hell out of somebody?
Till now, alhamdulillah, nothing has happened. The thing is that, being a martial artist is not about, going and showing your skill to people and applying it on people unless you need it desperately.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Was there a situation where you actually had to use it?
No, I didn't really have to use it. The main thing is that
Bulao yaar char bande.
if you're like, okay, the thing is that, what I teach Sulafi and Musa is that, martial arts should bring a solid character in you. It shouldn't bring pride or arrogance in you. You should become a more humble person and more respectful person towards the society. And if you are this kind of a person, people respect you. In the university, everyone is my friend. Nobody. It's not that they are afraid or like they are big bodybuilders over there. But the thing is that, like when I talk to them in a respectful way, the other person gives it right back.
Yes, exactly. You don't get respect until you give respect.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, Salafi, I know you wanted to highlight the importance of the self-defense aspect, but going forward with this, what do you want to do, and why do you think it's important?
I always wanted to talk about self-defense because I'll say again, being a girl, I know the importance of it, especially in our society. We have been conditioned in our society that women are weak and they are weaker than men. That's why we should be empowered.
But that's not true for a woman who can punch 800 punches in 2 minutes, man.
Or like 16,000.
Qaid-e-Azam said also that women should be empowered. If you want to see Pakistan successful, the women should be empowered.
Okay.
And you have to be emotionally and physically stronger if you want that. So self-defense is very important. As he was, talking about that self-defense, taekwondo, martial arts, any art, it's all about discipline. It's all about techniques.
Okay.
It's not like you have to be a goon.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yes.
No, this is what
It's all about discipline.
So what kind of records do you want to attempt in near future?
Yes.
Maybe, I did one attempt for PBR, Pakistan Book of Records.
Yeah.
I did 60 squats in 1 minute. So, yes, I'll get the gold medal for that, inshallah.
Okay, excellent. Okay.
I'm going to ask it about after the show, okay?
Okay. And
All right,
then,
you can ask him right now.
No, we're running out short of time. So
I'm going to get it.
okay, so we'll sort this domestic out later. So now, Musa, what would you like to? Good luck in your competition.
Are you prepared for the fight tomorrow?
Yes.
That's cool. And what next? Do you want to attempt more records as well?
The record which I'm going to attempt next, it is 1 minute knee strike and it is of Guinness World Record.
Okay, knee strikes.
Wow.
Yes.
Kneeing, kneeing.
And when are you going
elbowing
to
is the
attempt it?
In a month or 2 months.
Because it's your birthday in a month or 2 months as well? So why wasn't all of these records actually being recognized by Guinness World Record? You said that it was because
the
of
reason
the
is
age.
that both of these categories are 1 hour categories, and Guinness does not permit under 16 aged people to attempt these categories. But however, they are permitted to attempt 1 minute category. So the attempt he's going to make now, that is the most knee strikes in 1 minute.
Oh yeah, because that's a good point.
It's permitted
Because
to do it.
yeah, because the cartilage thing that you mentioned. So I guess at a young age, it's not good to get into this. It's like gymnastics. Like
Yes, it's it's
destroy
not
their bones.
recommended even by the doctors. It's not recommended, and mostly it's not because of the joint issues. That's because of because when you put your body through such a intense cardio workout,
Yeah.
it's not good for.
So
kids.
why are you encouraging him to do that at such a young age then, if it's not good?
Because
for him?
I know he's very, very good and very talented, and he's, by birth he has got very good endurance.
He's
and
supernatural.
I've never felt, my job whenever they attempt world records, my job is to see wherever they are healthy during the attempt and they are not feeling the heat. And I've never felt the need of stopping them at any given moment,
Right.
because they've always been very prepared.
So at
to
least
Okay.
you're not like one of those trainers where
But-
you're on the bench press and it's like 100 kgs and you're like, and it's like one more.
No.
I
It's like,
keep
put
it
it
healthy
aside.
mind.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being here today, and a special thank you because you made all the trip from Lahore to be on our show.
Thank you so
and
much.
We
It's a
really
privilege.
appreciate it. It's been a pleasure to have you here. And
Yeah.
we do have some more clips to share with you, but I do have something to say that, you have to stay within your, obviously you take into account professional advice. Don't push your health to too far. Do manage it, do monitor it, because these guys are working under professional supervision. They're around people who know what they're doing, so you're not supposed to do this by yourself.
And we are going to leave you with a very funny clip of things people do
Have tried.
and funny world records. But I think before that, what we're going to do is that we're going to wrap up the show first, and then you can have all the fun.
Okay, but
Just
if you,
be happy.
if you want any information on either how to get involved with martial arts or any of the clubs anywhere within Pakistan, do write to us on our Facebook fan
Which is
page,
with the name of World This Morning.
our Twitter page,
World This Morning without a G.
our Daily Motion on YouTube.
World This Morning, World This Morning.
And the repeat is that.
5:11 p.m.
Have a wonderful day, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Be good, be safe.
Till the next time, 1, 2, 3. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
This was the fastest show we have done, and this is a record too. Thank you very much.
The largest number of bees on a person. Nothing will prevent a beekeeper from China from smoking a cigarette, even 1,001,000 bees that cover his body. 55-year-old Jayo Bingo set a record at the end of May 2015 as a man with a record number of bees on the body. The total weight of the insects was 108 kilograms. He endured 2,000 bites on his body, but at the same time, he still managed to smoke a cigarette. As the ex-Tremal told later, it helped keep the bees away from his lips. Jump into the water from the highest altitude, 58.8 meters. A brave man who dared to jump from a height that exceeds the top floor of the Tower of Pisa was a Swiss Lasso Schaller. Schaller chose a picturesque waterfall to set the record. He reached a speed of 123 kilometers per hour before hitting the water. The highest jump into water horizontally in a manner akin to the belly flop. It was made by Professor Splash, whose name is Darren Taylor. Darren jumped from a height of 11.5 meters into only 30 centimeters depth pool. Probably, this was a very painful record. World record for the mile on two wheels. Instead of the traditional race on the Grand Mini Track, Juke set a new world record for riding on two wheels at the Speed Festival in British Goodwood. More precisely, in the Guinness Book of World Records, he got with the record for driving a mile in the fastest time on two wheels with a four-wheeled car. One-wheeled marathon. Doogie Lampkin completed the course of this famous Isle of Man on one wheel, length of almost 60 kilometers, and lasted 1 hour and 35 minutes. All this time, the skillful biker needed to maintain balance with all road jokes like altitude difference, fight the wind. These 60 kilometers are based throughout the world in a venue for the Isle of Man TT, the most dangerous road racetrack of the planet. Eric Barron is not a Marvel superhero, but his record gives an occasion to think about superpowers. The 54-year-old Frenchman, nicknamed the Red Baron, reached 223 kilometers per hour with a bike and beat his former 15-year-old achievement by 1 kilometer per hour. World record for a quarter of a mile among dragsters. The world record in the drag racing category of the category top fuel in the quarter-mile race was 4.4 seconds, and the speed at the output was 534 meters per hour. At the same time, the speed of 100 kilometers was reached in 0.8 seconds. Basketball shot from a skyscraper. A new world record was set by the video blogger from America, Tyler Toney, breaking the previous record of throwing into the basket from a height of 126 meters that belonged to the Australian Brett Stanford. The guy threw the ball from a 162-meter high skyscraper, thereby setting a new record. The highest jump on the motorcycle was made by Robbie Madison. December 31st, 2008 in Las Vegas, he was able to jump on a copy of Paris Arc de Triomphe. The height of the jump was 36.5 meters. Robbie is a motocross star and constantly participates in competitions of varying complexity. Basketball shot blindfolded. Garrett Hilberg from the channel Dude Perfect threw the ball into the basket blindfolded from a distance of 16 meters, breaking the previous record at 15.5 meters, Guinness's record for the biggest dominoes. 500,000 dominoes fell one by one, forming various cool figures. In the final, everything turned into a picture of the Sydney Opera House.